Okay, so the topic we are going to see today is going to be environment. It's one of the very basic and simple topics you can have, not very difficult. Difficulty level is, I can say, very minimal. Like it doesn't even belong to 10 standard, but still, it is there in our content, so we are going to complete it. And it is there for your upcoming examination. So obviously, you need to take care of certain things. So let's start with this lesson. The lesson name is Our Environment, chapter number 15, and we'll start right now. Okay, so before we begin, please come to this particular page, chapter number 15, Our Environment. Kindly open your textbooks and we will start our lesson right away. Everything is okay, screen is visible, and my voice is clear. Please let me know in the chat box. Okay, good, good. Okay, so the first thing we are going to understand today is what is ecosystem. Okay, this is the actually the one of the very basic topics in today, and that is ecosystem. So, what exactly is the ecosystem? Ecosystem is nothing but combination of living things and non-living things. Ecosystem is a combination of living things and non-living things, but we have word for it. So what we say is ecosystem is nothing but combination of abiotic and biotic factors. Ecosystem is what? Combination of biotic plus biotic and basically what? Abiotic factors. Biotic and abiotic factors. Ecosystem is combination of biotic and abiotic. And what is biotic? Biotic means living things. And what is abiotic? Non-living things. Very simple. What can be the example of living things? Maybe plants, animals, any kind of organism which you know is nothing but a part of living system constitutes biotic components of the ecosystem. What about abiotic? Abiotic means non-living, something which is non-living but still is a part of ecosystem, like temperature, rainfall, wind, soil, minerals. These are what? These are let's say non-living things, but still are nothing but counted under ecosystem. So these are the perfect examples for what? Abiotic factors. So what we'll do is we will just let's say write down in a very simple manner according to our information. What is ecosystem? In very short way, we'll write it. What is ecosystem? Combination of what? Combination of biotic and abiotic factors. Biotic and abiotic factors. Okay. Any examples for biotic factors? Biotic example. Hmm. You can write down the chat box or you can use your microphones also. Okay. Basically, biotic composes of everything flora, fauna, any animal, human. You can write down example as. So, flora and fauna will also do. It encompasses all the plants and animals. What about abiotic factors? Non-living things. We have seen two or three. One can be rainfall. What else other can apart from rainfall? Temperature, soil. Basically, these are nothing but abiotic factors. So soil, wind, rainfall, these are abiotic factors. Now, question is examples of ecosystem. So we have different kinds of ecosystem. Like let me give an example. In your book, they have given you different ecosystem as such, these ones, but we will take some very basic ecosystem like they have given us in the starting point. The first is forest, या फिर garden, या फिर ponds, lakes. These are basically what? Ecosystem itself. And also gardens and crop field. Now there are two types of ecosystem. One is natural and one is artificial. That means man-made. So natural are these. Obviously, you can by your own knowledge you can tell me ki whether it is let's say natural or it is man-made. So forest, ponds, lakes, these are natural, while gardens and crop field means agriculture, basically like agricultural fields, those are all what? Human made. Let's say these are not natural, these are artificial. So we have one more next point, and that is example of natural ecosystem. Natural ecosystem. Okay, so what are the examples? Examples of natural ecosystems. Those are going to be forest, ponds, and lakes. Forest, ponds, and lakes. And what about artificial or man-made ecosystem? Artificial ecosystem example. Chalo, be fast and from the book tell me which are the artificial ones, human, man-made. Gardens and crop fields. Gardens and crop field. One is garden, one is crop field. That's it. That's it. So we are done. So we have natural ecosystem, we have artificial ecosystem, and these are the examples of it. Now, come to think of it, suppose let's say whenever we are talking about let's say these situation, the most important source of energy for our all humankind, or suppose let's say you can say for natural biotic factors or biotic factors, is the sun. So basically, like the main thing, which is nothing but going to be the main source of energy, is sun. So that is what is providing energy to all. Now we have three types. One is producers, next is consumers, and third is decomposers. And you have pretty good idea. Any idea what are producers? Producers print was, because this is something very basic from sixth or seventh standard. Producers, which do what exactly? Produce food, basically. And who produces food? Plants. That means autotrophs, basically. What about consumers? Who eats plants or who eats animals? Those are called as consumers. So consumers will include what? Herbivorous and carnivorous. It will include herbivorous and carnivorous. And there are some organisms which are responsible for decomposing something, decaying something. Those are called as decomposers. Helps to decay. So you already have a pretty good idea that what those are. Now, out of these three, can you tell me who are autotrophs? Because that is something from life process lesson. Very simple to answer. Hmm. Autotrophs. Out of these three, producers, consumer, decomposers. Producer, right? Obviously, producer. Autotrophs means create their own food. Producers. Now there are two types of. Let's say we have been given two examples of it, so you can underline it. Producers examples are green plants and certain bacteria. This was also given in life processes. The examples of producers: green plants and some bacteria. And what about producers? Producers, we are done. What about consumers? Consumers are herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivores, and parasites. Herbivorous means like who eats only plants, carnivorous who eats animals, omnivores who can eat both. They can eat a plant also, they can eat animals also, and parasites that you already know. They derive their nutrition without killing the host. So basically, that is parasite. So these all these examples you already have seen in which lesson? Life processes, about how they eat the food and all. So we are not going to discuss much about it. So right now we discuss there are three classes, right? There are three types of kinds mainly. First is producer, second is consumer, and third is decomposer. Where do we come? Let's say under which category do we fall? Producer, consumer, decomposer. We will fall under consumer because we are heterotrophs. We do not create our own food. We will, let's say, be under heterotrophs itself. Now, this is just a condition. This is just a condition about a tank, suppose let's say aquarium and the given conditions. So that is an activity for you. That is not something to be dealt with. So that is just an activity for you, nothing much. Now, let us talk about food chains. Exactly what? Webs. So right now, what we are going to understand now is which animal is eating whom. The definition of this particular food chain is given here. The series or organism taking part at various biotic levels forms a food chain. Okay, let us have an example of it so that we can understand what exactly is a food chain. See, suppose this is grass. Suppose this is grass. Grass, suppose, is being eaten by deer. ठीक है, so a deer is basically like eating it, like a kind of this particular grass is being eaten by whom? Deer. Now, once this deer is eating this grass, suppose let us say the deer is getting eaten by lion. So what we have shown is how the energy is getting transferred. This is called as food chain. What exactly this is called as? This is called as food chain. A chain of food. How the food is transferred from grass, then it is going towards the deer. It can be towards going towards lion. Now, is it compulsory that this is going to happen? It is not. It is not. For example, it might change. Grass is being eaten by deer, and deer is being eaten by tiger, or deer is being eaten by wolf. Whatever can happen. See, the food chain changes from, suppose, example to example. So how you are writing is up to you, but you should know what exactly it is showing. And food chain is showing what exactly? In your own words, can you tell me food chain is showing what exactly? Transfer of transfer of what? Food and energy, right? So that's why we are going to write it down as what food chain is showing is transfer of food energy. Transfer of food energy. Now it is very compulsory that the first organism which you take, it should be a plant or autotroph basically, because that is where the food is getting created. So the first one should be autotroph. Now can you tell me, if this is autotroph and this is a plant, who eats plant? Herbivorous or carnivorous? Herbivorous, right? Herbivorous. Carnivorous means eating animals, herbivorous means eating plants. So if first is plant, the second must be herbivore. The second must be herbivore. And what the third might be? Who eats herbivore? Carnivore. Carnivore. So that means it is very much compulsory that your first organism is plant, then comes your herbivorous, and then comes your carnivorous. That is how it works. Okay. No. There are different levels. There is first level, then there is second level, third level. Okay. So the autotrophs or the producers are the first level. And what about the second? Herbivorous or primary consumers. And what about the third? Large carnivores or tertiary consumer. What we'll do is we will write this down in a paragraph format so that we can understand. Okay, so once again, we will write down what we wrote, let's say, in the previous slide. Plant is being eaten by deer, and deer is being eaten by tiger. Okay, now let us start. So, plant. Who is the first one? Plant. Who is the second one? Deer. And who is the third one? Tiger. Now, what is plant called as? See, plant, the first level, this is called as the first trophic level. It is either called autotrophs or either it is called as producer. So plant is nothing but first trophic level. Plant is what? First trophic level. So what will be the deer? Deer will be second trophic level. Second trophic level. And what will be the tiger? Third trophic level. Okay. So we have given different levels for it. The first one is called as first trophic level, then the second trophic level, then the third trophic level. Now it is very compulsory that the first trophic level should be what? A producer. It should be what? A producer. But they have given another word for it. Either they can be producers or autotrophs. Okay, the produce. Then what must be the second one? Consumer. First is producer, second is consumer. And what must be the third? Tertiary consumers. Basically, we have to call them tertiary consumers, or you can say at the third level, small carnivores are secondary consumers. This is primary consumer. Next one is also consumer, but as it is number two, so we are going to call secondary consumer. So first is producer, then comes consumer, but primary consumer, because the rest of the things are consumers itself. So for primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, whatever is required. Now producer are called as autotrophs. producers are called as basically autotrophs. Autotrophs. And what is this one? The deer. Deer is nothing but herbivorous, as we have already discussed. It is herbivorous. And what about tiger? Carnivorous. Okay, so we have different names for it. So we have written everything. Now for the second and next can be the suppose the fourth level, it will be large carnivores and tertiary consumers. So this is what is going on. Now if I ask you a question based on this, can you tell me uh, who is present at the second tropic level? Second tropic level. Herbivorous, carnivorous, herbivorous, right? Herbivorous. Because the first one is the plant, second must be occupied by herbivorous. Is it the primary consumer or secondary consumer? It is
Primary.
primary. It's a primary. Why? Because that's the first that is the first consumer. So hence primary consumer. So we have second tropic level herbivorous primary. See, we have herbivorous primary consumer second tropic level. So we can write it this in this way. So what is the compulsory condition? Plant should be kept where exactly, in which tropic level? Plant's level. What, let's say, what is the compulsory condition where it should be kept? First tropic level. Correct. Okay, great. So we have different levels for it. Now, let us try to understand how the energy is getting transferred. The first, Acha, tell me one thing. Let us draw that complete picture. First is plant. Plant is being eaten by whom? Deer. And deer is being eaten by whom? Tiger. Can you tell me where this plant was able to create its food from? Who gave its, let's say, the energy required to create that food? Sun. Basically, sun has provided that energy to the plant, and plant is transferring the same energy to deer, and the same energy is being transferred from deer to tiger. So we want to know how much percentage is being transferred. So green plants are able to convert 1% of the energy of the sun. Means means suppose sun is able to give 100 joules of energy. So how much plant is getting? Only 1 joule. Only 1 joule. So technically, plant is able to convert how much percent of the sun? Only 1% of the energy. Okay. Do you think it's high or low? What do you think? Your personal opinion. Very low, right? Super low. This is super low. Because you are converting only 1% of the sun's energy. So technically, it is very low. Let us go for the next one. When green plants are eaten by primary consumer, a great deal of energy is lost to the environment, and an average of 10% is turned into its own body and made available to the next level for the consumer. So next question is, plant is transferring how much percent of its energy to deer? So that is 10%. How much energy is being transferred from plants to deer? 10%. Okay, let us move on. And this is going to be repeated for each level. For each step, this is going to be repeated. So deer will be transferring how much to tiger? 10% again. 10% again. So 10% energy is transferred from plant to deer and deer to tiger, but plant is able to convert only 1%. Okay, so can we say there is 10% rule? This is also called as 10% rule. That 10%, let's say, energy is being transferred from one level to another level. There are generally a great number of individuals at the lower tropic level of ecosystem. Acha, tell me one thing. Suppose uh, plant was able to have whatever from the sun. It was able to create 1000 joule. ठीक है, plant was able to create how much? 1000 joule from sun, how much it will be transferring to deer? 10% of 1000 is how much? 10% of 1000. So 10 by 100 into 1000, 0 0 cut, 0 0 cut. So basically like it is 100. So can we say deer is getting how much then? 100 joule, right? 100 joule has been transferred to deer from the plant. Now deer will be transferring how much to tiger? 10% of 100. 10% of 100. Are you understanding? Deer had 100, so we have to take 10% of 100. Okay, how much will that be? 100 percent means divided by 100 into 100. So deer is able to transfer how much? Only 10 joule. Only 10 joule. So tiger was able to get only how much joule of energy? 10 joule. Now tell me one thing. If we go ahead, we don't know which animal it is, but if we go ahead, don't you think like it will reduce by a very large number? That means if we continue, can I say for further suppose levels, we will get very low energy, because every time you are reducing 10%, you are just going to a 10%. So there will be a moment where you will have no energy at all to distribute. That means the energy has tremendously decreased. Okay, so what conclusion can be drawn from this? Can we say these food chains we are talking about, they are limited? They are limited. Let us say 4 to 5. They are limited. Let's say limited from how exactly? They might continue only till 4 to 5 members. It might continue only for 4 to 5 members, because after that, and if in the exam they ask you a question that food chains are very limited and they generally form only 4 to 5 members, and if they ask you what is the reason, what will you tell? That why the number is so less? 4 to 5? Why it is so limited? Why the food chains are small? Why not large chains? Chalo, write down in chat box and a very simple small answer, that why the food chain is limited only to 4 to 5 members. It doesn't go beyond that. Yes, energy gets divided. So what you're going to write down in the exam is that there is 10% rule. There is 10% rule. And because of that, further down the line in the food chain, the energy will be very minimum, and hence there are no members at that particular chain, yeah, at that particular slot. So all you have to define is you can use your own language and you have to tell that there is an energy problem issue, let's say issue. There is no energy beyond certain point, hence we cannot increase that level. That's what is the system. The length and complexity of food chains vary greatly. Each organism is generally eaten by two or other more kinds of organism. Acha, tell me one thing. We discussed this, right? We discussed this. Deer, is it eaten only by lion? What do you think? Deer is eaten only by lion. Is it true? No, right? It is eaten by tiger also. It is eaten by wolf also. There can be numerous organisms which are increasing, I would say, eating deer as such. So this is a wrong statement then. Whatever you have written, plant, deer, and tiger, this food chain is wrong. This food chain is wrong, right? Because it is saying that deer is being eaten by tiger, only tiger. So which is not correct. Now for that, see, whatever we have drawn food chain, it's a simple one. Food chain is for what? Simplicity. For simplicity, we have shown only one organism. But to show advanced version, what we are going to use is food web. Food web. So food web is what? Advanced version of food chain. Food chain involves only straight, suppose let's say relationship. But in food web, there can be branches of these relationship. Let me show you the diagram. Okay. This is the diagram of food web. Can you see at least the difference? Like, between food chain and food web, you can see one animal is being eaten by more than, suppose let's say, one animal. You can see there is mouse, it is being eaten by this animal also, this animal also. Snake is able to eat three things, that is frog, one kind of bird, also let's say a mouse. So can we say like this: from food chain and food web, tell me, what can I use to show an animal being eaten by multiple animals? What should I use? Should I use food chain? Should I use food web? I want to show that one animal is being eaten by multiple animals. Food web. Food web. Very simple. And food chain is supposed to be used for eating what? Only this one. Acha, tell me one thing. Ganesh sir has not let's say taught this lesson, right? Okay, ठीक है. Thank God. Okay, so that is what food chain and food web. So, can you please tell me then, if food web is so interesting, why we are learning food chain then? If food web is so interesting, why to learn food chain? For simplicity, correct? Yash has given a very simple, correct answer. For simplicity, because these relationships, these are very complex, right? Any animal can be eaten by any animal, and we know there are thousands of animals. So it is very hard to study each one of them. So what we do is, for our understanding, for our simplicity, we use food chains, and we have different food chains in the book. One is for forest, one is for grassland, pond, everything. Now, in the exam, they will ask you these food chains. Fine. But now, students, what they do is they get confused between this. What they think is that they need to draw this. You don't need to draw this. In, let's say, in place of these plants, don't draw actually the plants. What you have to write down is plant, then the arrow. In place of deer, what you're going to write down? Actual deer, not the photo. And then comes the tiger. So, tiger. So tell me one thing. Food chain is supposed to be shown in drawing or just the letters, just the words? Words, letters. Fine. Drawing is also okay, but it will take a lot of time in the exam. So it's better that you go with words itself. That is still fine. That is still fine. Okay. So let us just have a quick revision. Fine. Tell me how much of the energy of the sun is converted by the plants. Let us just have a quick revision. How much percent of the energy is being converted by the sun? Let's say by the plants, how much, let's say, they are converting? Which, what kind of energy? Sun's energy. 1%. Okay, only 1% of energy of the sun is converted. How much energy is passed from one level to another? From one level to another? 10%. 10% only. And we call it what exactly? 10% rule. We also called it 10% rule. So you can, even in the exam, while you are explaining, you can write down this thing directly, that there is a 10% rule. They will understand what you're trying to say because of 10% rule. So, who is more complex, food chain or food web? Chain or web? Food web. Food web. Food web is more complex. Chain is very simple. Chain is very simple, as you can see. Chains can show only one kind of relationship, but web, it can show one animal being eaten by multiple animals, or multiple will say multiple animals eating one single animal. So that's the food web. Okay. Now in the exam, they won't be asking you food web diagram. Huh? In the exam, they won't be asking you food web diagram. So don't worry about it. Okay? That is still fine. They will ask you definition, but they won't ask you a diagram. But they will definitely ask you at least one food chain. At least one food chain they will ask you. So kindly revise with me. Plant will be eaten by whom? You require only one, right? Plant being eaten by whom? Deer. And deer being eaten by whom?  'Whom? 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 Tiger, right? You can increase this also. You can increase this also. Deer being eaten by wolf and wolf being eaten by lion. It's up to you. How much animals you want to put in between, that's up to you. You have to use your creative imagination that who is going to eat whom. But please don't write like this. Huh? Plant is being eaten by tiger. This doesn't work, right? हाँ मतलब you should use common sense. That's what I'm trying to say. That tiger is being eaten by whom? Deer. That doesn't happen. Plant being eaten by tiger and then tiger is being eaten by deer. This doesn't work. I hope you're understanding that you'll be how to use your common sense for this. Okay. Let me know in the chat box. Will you be able to write at least one food chain? Okay, great, great, great. So that was all for let's say for today. But tell me one thing, just simple IQ question, simple IQ question. Can I say that when I'm traveling from one level to another level, energy is increasing or decreasing? Tell me that. When I'm going from one level to another, energy is decreasing or increasing? Decreasing, right? Decreasing. So who will have highest energy out of these shown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Who will have highest energy? First will have highest energy, and who will have lowest energy? Fifth one, lowest energy. Now a simple question for you. Where do you think the organisms will be more? First level, fifth level? See, more energy means what? More organisms. Simple logic. More organisms will be where energy is high. Okay, so first then, more organisms will be present here. More organisms will be present here, and less organisms will be present where? At the fifth stage, the last stage, whatever is the last tropic level, the organisms will be less organisms. Now tell me one thing. If I'm drawing the number of organisms present in the tropic level, is this the correct diagram to show? What I have done is I have shown equal, suppose let's say, size of all these levels. Is it correct? Equal size means number of organisms are equal. Is it correct? Obviously not, right? This diagram doesn't look correct. What about this? What about this? What does this mean? Is this correct? Even this is not correct, right? Because it is saying like that the organisms are very less in first level and they are highest at the fourth tropic level, which is not possible. As you know, energy is highest at first tropic level, so this diagram is also not possible. What about this? Now is it correct? Seems to follow our logic. It is following our logic that organisms are highest at the bottom, that is producers. The first tropic level, they will be highest organism because of highest energy. So in the exam, if they give you this particular table, if they give you this particular pyramid, and they ask you why number of producers are highest as compared to primary consumer, secondary and tertiary consumer, what will you write down? Why there are more organisms in producers? Simple reason. You can use your microphones to give the answer, or you can write down the chat box. Yes, high energy availability. That is very simple answer. High energy availability. That's why. So, number of plants will be more or tigers will be more with that logic? Plants, plants, because plants constitute the first tropic level. Tigers are at least, they start with at least three and beyond. They go three and beyond because At second number, there is a herbivore. Tiger do not eat, they are not herbivore, they do not eat plants. So they start at 3 and it can even be 4 or 5. So technically they have less energy. Obviously, their number will be less. So let us just have a revision. If they're asking you uh, between carnivore, herbivore, between herbivore and carnivore, who will have highest number of organisms? Between herbivore and carnivore. Herbivore will have more energy, let's say more number of organisms, right? Reason? Because it is at the second tropic level, the lowest tropic level, and carnivore will be third and beyond. Carnivores will be present in third tropic level or either fourth or fifth. Okay, so that was all for today.